So I would like to first welcome all of you to the St. Damien conference. This is a student-led conference that's arranged once per year by the St. Damien community here at the American College. This is either the 8th or the 9th, depending on how you count, which is to suggest there's a bit of a mysterious history behind how this began. So I'll briefly provide some background on the conference, on the community, and a general introduction to the topic of this weekend's conference before introducing Professor Stefan von Erp, who will be our first keynote today. So from 1857 to 2011, the American College of the Immaculate Conception served as a United States Conference of Catholic Bishops run seminary, preparing students from here for priestly ministry in the United States, as well as priests from the United States studying in Leuven. Among the notable residents may have included, although this is disputed, the soon-to-be beatified Venerable Fulton Sheen. The college closed in June of 2011 due to declining enrollment, but reopened in 2014 as a student residence. With that, the St. Damien community was founded as a Catholic intentional community as a joint initiative between KU Leuven, UC Leuven, the USCCB, and the Belgian Bishops' Conference to preserve the college's historical transatlantic ties and mission at the university. It's financially supported by the USCCB and the Peter Kindekens Fund, serving students of philosophy, theology, and canon law, with the intention of cultivating a space of spirituality, dialogue, and academic inquiry. The community takes its name from St. Damien of Molokai, who I should say has his feast day this coming Sunday, and whose crypt is about a 5-minute walk down the road there if you're interested in visiting. He was a 19th century Belgian priest who ministered to a leper colony in Hawaii from 1873 until his death from the disease in 1889. He was canonized by Pope Benedict XVI in 2009 and has been commonly referred to as a martyr of charity, his life being a witness to the self-giving love that remains vital to our community's mission. One distinctive feature of the St. Damien community is this function as a student-led mediating space between the faculties of philosophy and theology, a space increasingly rare as those faculties have grown apart amid the progressive secularization of the university and the fragmentation of Catholic discourse in the 20th century. In this respect, we share an affinity with the mission of the Interfaculty Center for Catholic Thought, in fact, founded and led by Professor Stefan von Erp and Henning Taitmaier. Reflecting this mediating mission, the theme of this year's conference asks a question as contemporary as it is antique, being central both to our age as well as the history of philosophy and the Catholic theological tradition. Human beings are creatures of measure. Already in Plato, measure is the form by which all things are intelligible. Yet he saw that the true measure of all things is God, so that intelligibility itself is a mystery in which we participate by a divine gift. From a scriptural perspective, one speaks of God arranging all of creation according to measure, as in the Book of Wisdom, with its consummation in the incarnation from which grace is given according to the measure of Christ's gift. That's from Ephesians. And yet, paradoxically, Christ gives the Spirit without measure in an economy that unfolds according to the mystery of his will, so that measure and mystery together name a single divine truth, known solely as a gift given from a source beyond human measure. This harmony of faith and reason has increasingly been challenged since the seeds of modern secular thoughts were planted in the late Middle Ages. And this has come to become, as St. John Henry Newman insisted, the case that the modern mind refuses to admit mystery, for it must be the measure of all things. Severed from divine transcendence, human measure absolutizes itself, reducing reality to what is calculable and exploitable. Today, wisdom is ever more subordinated to quantitative technoscience, as technocratic power recodes persons, communities, and nature according to a demystified human measure. The world, consequently, groans under the weight of what it cannot see. Our moment, therefore, calls for renewed understandings drawn from the wellsprings of philosophy and theology of what measure truly is and the mystery towards which it is pointed. St. Paul, writing from within the suffering of the world, refuses to afford the final word to human temporal measure. As he wrote in 2 Corinthians, "This slight momentary affliction is preparing us for an eternal weight of glory beyond all measure. Because we look not at what can be seen, but at what cannot be seen, for what can be seen is temporary, but what cannot be seen is eternal." Thus, to live by human measure alone is to be imprisoned in the visible and the passing. To live by mystery, beyond conformity to the world and through the renewal of the mind, is to be receptive to the glory of the Lord. Throughout the next 2 days, presentations spanning the ancient, medieval, modern, and contemporary periods will approach this question from a variety of perspectives, and I believe few topics could be more pressing.